Okay, there we go. Ooh, we're back with the books. Good morning, everyone. It is Brenda back with Dr. Dave and What If 365 Positive Possibilities for Your Life. So welcome, Dr. Dave. How you doing today?
Good morning. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Excited to be here.
Me
So many
too.
good stuff. Can't wait to see what's next. This is
So
like the
much fun to
dessert.
hang out with you in the morning. So
It is. It's so much
mm,
fun.
great way to
Fun time
start the day on Monday for a nice week.
for sure.
All right, so let's just uncross everything and put your feet flat on the floor, and let's take a nice deep breath in and out. And let's see what the message is for today. Ooh, what if today I chose to be determined? I'm sure you've heard this question before.
Oh no.
Have you set your goals? I wonder who said that before.
Nice.
That's hilarious. Do you have the steps in place to take action and manifest them? If no, well, how many times does somebody have to ask you before you do yourself a favor and make some?
Wow.
If you do have goals, awesome. Great job. Your life has direction and focus. Now, I must ask you, how are you coming along with your goals? Are you rocking them each day? Doing at least one action steps a day to move you forward? Wow, where did I just hear that today?
Hmm.
When you
Huh.
look at your goal or your goals, do you get a feeling that you may not deserve a goal? If you do, well, you're not alone. Question is, what to do about it? The best way to move past this feeling is to look at what your mind is saying when you visualize that goal. Write down all that your mind is saying, which is, in fact, your ego. Now, as you look at what you have written, do you believe what you wrote? Is it true? Sometimes the best thing to do is to prove the statement wrong. For instance, if your mind is saying you don't have enough knowledge, Google other successful people. I would say the majority of them never went to college or university. Some didn't even finish high school. With that information, you can now prove that statement wrong. Continue to go through what you have written and prove them wrong. Look at how you can change the statement into a positive affirmation using this example. I have all the knowledge I need in order to manifest my goal. Now you have replaced that, the negative statement, with a positive belief. Now, most important, be determined. Determined is knowing what you are going to do and not letting anything get in the way of you manifesting. You rock. Go for your dreams. And we have a little extra excerpt here that I wrote. And it says, say to yourself. So everybody say it together. I easily open the areas inside myself that need healing and releasing, and let them go. Well, that
Will you
fits
read
in
that again,
very nice.
please? Yeah.
I easily open the areas inside myself that need healing and releasing.
Oof. Good stuff. I knew that was going to be one of those like, oh, yeah. All
Yep.
right.
Absolutely. So that just ties in the whole Nature's Divas one that we did this morning. Letting go, releasing, all that sort of stuff. And again, getting those goals written down. Your roadmap to your life, which is really, really important. We need to have those goals. So hopefully I think we were on episode, I think we're on 11 or 12, maybe. We've been doing this for a while now. It's pretty
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
So in those 12 weeks that, we've come to you every Monday morning, I'm sure there has been some point in there where we've said something about action steps and goals. So, by this time you should be, oh my goodness, they're saying it again. And you know what happens? And the universe is good for this too. If something comes to you like 3 times in a row, it's something to take a look at. So if you've heard for somebody else, like, oh, I've got a goal of doing this, and you're like, oh, that's cool, and then you watch Nature's Divas and, hey, we talked about goals and action steps and, hey, we're doing it again. That's a sign to pay attention, because the universe is trying to get your attention to go set those goals that you want so that you can live the life of your dream instead of floating along like a dead fish. I used to say I'm going with the flow, but then I read this card that said only dead fish go with the flow, and that stopped me for a moment. I'm like, that's true. So I no longer kind of go with the flow. I do my own thing, but it's all good. I'm not a dead fish, so don't want to be that. And neither do you. You're a being of light, and you are strong and powerful, and this life is here to live. So get on with it already.
Right. Absolutely. Good Lord. Okay, so if we're at the 1st of May in the year 2023, and we're still now getting to asking if you've set your goals, the ones that we usually set at the beginning of the year. And again, May 1st, we've been saying since then, not news. I'm thinking what if you actually did it? What if you were determined to make it happen? I actually know most of the answers to that we'd hear from that, because then you'd be held to a standard, or, oh my God, I'm going to have to do that now because I wrote it. Yeah, that's the idea. Set a new goal then, that I'm going to clear my plate of what's keeping me from doing a goal list. If that's really all you need, okay, fine, sure. And it's just taking action on that. Be determined. So be determined that you're going to set something up for you, just small if you have to. And sometimes I'm going to buy a journal today. Great. First step. Awesome. Fine. We're good with that, but you're making actionable steps. So that's the part I think that a lot of times we get stuck in, is that we're just stuck in our head. Well, it doesn't do anything there except continue to stay there. Yes, it needs to begin there, but we're gonna bring it into existence, hopefully. I think that's supposed to be the plan. Or maybe, that word that we're using so much, goal, so just move towards something. Do an action step, small as it may be. Does not matter. Even if it's just to clear a space that you're going to start writing your goals, or if you're just going to put it on your calendar, even just those things. But use that determination, unwavering determination. Take all obstacles, all excuses, all things that are stopping you from doing that. That is determination. Be determined to thrive. Be determined to make your goals. Be determined to be the light that you're supposed to be.
Absolutely. What a great point. Like, we just gotta do it, like it's pretty much, everything that we need to say is just do it. And if you haven't made any goals, what are you afraid of? Are you afraid that you're actually going to do them? And can you imagine the life if you did? If these are things that have been playing on your heart and you really want to do, can you imagine the life you'd have if you did them? Like how much joy and happiness you would have. And then what would you do next? Who could you help? Who could you be in service to? What skills or talents do you have to share with others? And it just moves from there. We're all here to be in service to each other because each one of us have experiences that other people need in order for them to be the best who they are. But if you're not doing what you sent down here to do, then those people aren't going to be all they need to be. And they're not going to transform. So you're kind of halting production here, which isn't a good thing. So think of those ripples when you drop a little pebble into the pond, those ripples go out and you never know where they're going to end up. And it's really cool to create those ripples, especially with this time in the world. There's just so much nonsense that we need positivity. We need joy. We need gratitude. We need grateful hearts. We need people that help other people. And to hear those stories instead of all the nonsense that's on the news. It's so important for us to hear that we are human beings and we help each other, because I know there's lots and lots of stories of people out there every day just helping other people. But they don't get heard because that's not what the news wants to hear. But how does that lift your heart if you hear that somebody rescued an animal or helped somebody in need, or, help lift groceries into the car of an elderly person because they couldn't lift them on their own? Like just these kind actions, because we are all kind people and we do have the ability to be kind to one another. And just those action steps too, looking around to see, well, what could I do today that can make a difference? I'm not saying, change the world, but each little step you do. And if other people thought the same way, could you imagine what this world would be like? Maybe it's picking up garbage around your home. Or, here in Canada, we have companies that have, they have streets, and then they make sure that that street is always clean. So all the garbage and things like that. So they'll like take on a street and make sure that it's clean all the time. And so they'll have days where this is done. Like it's just those little things that make the big difference. And those little action steps for your goals make a big difference. If you think of, you're going along on a line and you just slightly make an action step, and then you keep going this way. Oh my goodness. By the end of like a month, you're going to be way off this course here, which is good because you're just floating along like a dead fish, letting the winds or the water take you where it may, instead of going, you know what? I'm going to take control of my boat or my bus or my ship, and I'm going to determine where it's going. And, I'm going to do it. So it's really, really important to think of these things and instill that in your children and your grandchildren, because we're bringing up the next generation, like it's important to instill these things in our children. Like, well, now I have grandchildren and I instill it in my grandchildren, and my children instill it in their children too, is because it's important. And that's what's going to help this world become a better place.
Right.
Dr. Dave?
Yeah, absolutely. Those little things, those little steps just collectively make such an impact, and that's the magic of it, really. So it's fantastic for joining up with, so that you can then feel that you're making a bigger impact than just you. If you don't feel that it's just you making the impact that is going to change, that can be big, then join those organizations, because they're all out there. We have them here in the States also. It's Adopt a Highway, or
Mm-hmm.
so we have those same things. We have the community ones. But just you alone. I've got a friend in West Michigan that goes kayaking all the time, and he does his part. One of the things he does every single trip is he's taking pictures of amazing shots while he's out there, but he does a cleanup wherever he is that he collects along the way and puts it into, part of his kayak, and then he does a picture of it at the end of his trip every single time. I
Mm,
would love to see what that would look like if you were to take all of those, just one person. And it's not like he's scouring, it's just what he comes in contact with or is close by as he's out there. It's a huge thing. What if just three people did that? That is it's big. It really does add up. One thing I'm wondering is if we're here the 1st of May, and the universe is still asking us the question and driving it home about these goal setting. I'm thinking maybe it's time that we might need to do a special to do a goal setting workshop, maybe.
I think you're right. And I was actually thinking about this while you were speaking the last time, is like, yeah, because
Awesome.
next month is halfway through the year. We're already halfway through the year. Like, where did that go?
I know, right?
So
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think that's a really great idea. And we would love to hear who's
Mhm.
interested in
Yes.
this course. And
Hmm.
yeah, I think it may be a 6-week course. What are you thinking? Or maybe
Great.
just even a workshop. And then, but I think 6 weeks might be nice because then we can have that accountability,
Hmm. Well,
you know?
yeah, I think that it would be great to do just a short version,
Yeah,
just so that it can get some folks off and running, especially if they're whatever they have in their lives, and they can then determine where they want some of that accountability. So then let's do this together, kind of thing.
that's a great
But
idea.
I think that would be a wonderful thing because there's already some exercises that I've never even done before that were popping in, and I wanted to share them, and I'm like, no, no, wait, 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 wait. I'm like, this just in, and I'm like, oh, 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 no. So stay
Write them
tuned, folks.
down.
That means y'all gotta make sure you're putting into the comments, letting us know who's going to join us for that.
Yep.
And it's time. Um,
Mhm.
but there's some really fun energy, new energies that are coming in about it that I'm like, oh, 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 I like that. Oh, I like that. I have never have I thought about or downloaded those exercises before. So that's fun.
That's exciting.
I
Yeah, so maybe who's interested in having a goal setting workshop? So, a couple hours and
Mhm.
yeah, and then you could determine whether you want some additional help or you are well on your way to doing what you need to do. So, yes, that is a
Yeah.
wonderful idea, Dr. Dave. Thank you for suggesting that and bringing my thoughts forward here. And yeah, I've got quite a few different exercises. It'll be a fun class because, there's so many
So,
different things. And yeah, so we'd love to hear from you. And we'd be doing it soon because
mhm,
it's important to get your goals going before the halfway mark of the year. So this is a great time to
mhm,
put everything into place so you are off and running by the half year mark, which
mhm.
is June 1st.
So I'm going to hold us accountable to that of, walking the walk. So by next Monday, when we're coming back to you, we'll have that date and the whole idea put together and put out there and ready to go.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned. Um, hi, I can't believe we just did that, but all right, fun.
It'll be fun.
No, it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But and again, it just like you had talked about that it's really time. And so I think, yeah.
And this
So
can
by
be
next
used
Monday.
again and again and again. So this workshop, you are going to have additional tools for your toolkit
Mhm.
to move to the next level. So once you manifest these goals, it's like, okay, go back. All right, this is how I do it. These are the questions I need to ask myself and then continue on. So it's not a one and done. These are
Right.
tools that you can use over and over and over and over for the rest of your life to create that life of your dreams, whatever
Yes,
you wish to
absolutely.
do. So that's
So
exciting.
be determined to one, not only show up so that we can chat with you on next Monday for the details up and
Mm-hmm.
coming, but also whether you're going to choose to do that or not, but determined to take that initiative, just like we showed of, yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's do it. For you, of just making some of those goals if you haven't already. And if you have, okay, let's give some kudos to all the folks that actually were doing goals, and have been. Fantastic. Good for you. Great job. So now what's next? And where are you at on that goal, following? Or is it time to do that course correction with them? Is it time to kind of look at it because you're almost halfway through the year? So are you where you wanted to be with them? If you're not, then what can we do to change that? What needs to be reevaluated for that pivot if you have to? Or are you almost there or they're already done? So please tell me you got another set going. And if not, all good thing. But I guess I just wanted to make sure that we sent out that love to everybody that's been doing it. So that's
Absolutely,
awesome.
because that's important. And for those ones that are doing the goals, that is awesome. But ask yourself, am I dreaming big enough? Or are you just doing easy goals, which is good because then that gives you the momentum to
Sure.
go, okay, did that one, woo, now I'm on to the next one. So now you're starting and you've got the momentum going. Now it's dream bigger. What do you want? What do you really want that makes you uncomfortable and go, oh my goodness, if this was to happen, this would be freaking awesome. That's what you
Right.
want to focus on. And all your other goals
Right.
as well, but put that big dream out there and put those action steps in there, because when you start to stretch your comfort zone, then everything becomes easier because then there's nothing to fear. You're just like, did that. Yep, done it. On to the next thing. So really getting that momentum is awesome. And now it's time to stretch that comfort zone to really think big. And what's something that's going to make you feel uncomfortable, but is so, so exciting that you would just be like beside yourself if it manifested,
Yeah.
because it will. And it's just putting those action steps into place.
Yeah. Yay.
Mhm.
Awesome. Fun. Fun stuff.
Mhm.
So,
Yes, this was a wonderful one. And
mhm.
even as you see Dr. Dave and I, like it popped in for both of us that, oh, yeah, a workshop would probably be a good idea. And it's like, all right, well, let's get her done. It's that quick. It's
Mhm.
that fast. When the universe is like, hey, why don't you do this? It's like, all right, well, let's get it done then. So it can happen that quickly for you. It doesn't take years and, like all this other stuff. It can pop into your head and you can go, all right, I'm going to act on that. I'm going to take action, just like Dr. Dave and I are taking action on this to help all of you, because then you can transform and be the person you are here to be and to shine your light so that all the other people, and we're just dropping those ripples in, that you just never know where they're going to land, which is really, really exciting. And that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons for my book, is just to
Mhm.
help transform the lives of over 500,000 people. That is my goal. That is my huge goal. And
So
by
awesome.
me helping and Dr. Dave helping, it's reaching out. And I don't have to do all the work, but then when you help people, I help you guys, you help others, and it just spreads out. And it's just it just lights up the world. And
Yeah.
that's what is so needed at this time. So pretty
Absolutely.
exciting.
It
Mhm.
is. It is. And that was it's a great example I think that we just set and that was not planned at all.
Mhm.
Um but it was not even I guess because I just take it for granted that I'm just trusting the universe is going to provide the information. So it's all going to be coming in. I don't need to I didn't even take a second about, oh, what would I do about, or what would I have them do, or do I have enough material, or no, I don't need any of that. They said do it, and here you go. Yeah, okay, great. That to me is just I know it's going to be there. I trust that my guides in the universe is always going to provide those details. And so my job only is just to accept and say yes.
And commit to saying yes and taking the action to do so.
Right. Fun.
Yeah,
Stuff.
it is fun. Yay! Well, everyone, wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful week and a wonderful day. And we are so excited to bring this course to you, all the information next Monday. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
Yay, yay. Fun, fun, fun. Awesome. So I hope that those examples that we were able to put out there and just talking it through, it gives you the confidence that you need so that you can, be determined in setting those goals and following them and following your bliss. So
Absolutely.
love y'all.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much, Dr. Dave, and we will talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.